Hello, this is Charles Vest, and I am in the cereal aisle of a typical grocery store. Here's your experience if you are a kid walking in the aisle. As you can see, we have all these cool eye level cereals. But here's the thing about those eye level cereals, it's adults that buy the cereal, not the kids. So, what happens is, us adults see this stuff. Right here we go, oh my gosh, there's my buddy, Fred Flintstone. I love Cocoa Puffs. I love Lucky Charms. Same guy that was there 50 years ago. I love Trix. Same guy that was there 50 years ago. Look at this. All the same people. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh my gosh, there's the Honey Nut Cheerios guy. I love Captain Crunch. And guess what? It's the same guy. Why would they use a picture that is 110 years old? That's my question. And I'm going to answer that in just a few minutes. Stand by. Okay, good morning or whatever time zone you are watching this video. Going to do the train a little bit different. You saw the prelude, and the prelude is really about how grocery stores are just one example of how the market, just the whole sales merchandising industry understands how we make decisions. I'm going to give you a couple scenarios, and then you're going to be able to see it happening. You're going to be able to go to any location where you actually walk in, and you're going to see how they know where you are in your decision-making process and how to affect you throughout that process. So let's get started. Number 8. The ninja sales secret number 8, which is the psychology of making decisions. Here it is in a nutshell. When we make decisions on 3 parts of our body. And it really has to do with parts of our body. It starts with our heart, moves to our head, and then our gut, which we can also call what we love, what we try to say no to, and what we need to make that final decision feel good. What we love, our heart, what we have that has only one job, to say no, and figure out why we should not do something, keep us alive, for instance, and our gut, which is the last stop on the block of decision making, which tells us it's okay. I'm doing a final gut check, if you will, to let you know that it is okay or it is not okay. I don't feel good about this. Even though everything was good and got approved through the process, it either does or doesn't feel good about it. And what is happening around us to help us through these different phases of the decision-making process. We talked about the grocery store, the way that it starts with the heart. When you walk in the grocery store, your heart sees its old friends. That's why they haven't changed Tony the Tiger and made it, Captain America or something like that, or changed Captain Crunch to Captain America. No, it's still Captain Crunch. It's still Tony the Tiger. It's not, Zanny the zebra or Yuli the unicorn. It's nothing like that, right? It has always been Tony the Tiger for 100 years. It has always been Sugar Smacks. Same guy, same character, a little more color on the box, but it's the same one. It's always been Trix the rabbit. It's always been Fred Flintstone. Fred Flintstone, 110 years. Okay, Fred Flintstone is still on the cover of Cocoa Puffs. Isn't that interesting? I know you guys are doing it right now. You're going. Wait a second. He's right. Why is that, folks? Why are the same characters on these boxes and they haven't changed? You know why? Because they're our old friends. Guess who's actually buying cereal? Not the kids, it's the parents. And so we still love our old buddy. And I know you have a buddy too. Like, what was your favorite cereal? Go ahead, think about it right now. You probably already have. Yep, it hasn't changed since you were a kid. And that's because our heart walks down the aisle and sees, let's just call it Captain Crunch, my old buddy, and it says, "Oh, I love Captain Crunch. This is this was my childhood. This is when I was the happiest, or this is when I felt the happiest, is when I was just sitting there eating my bowl of sugar or cereal." Sorry. So that is what I'm going to teach you here in this next 10 minutes, is that this is happening to us all the time. So how does it go from the heart to the head to the gut in the cereal aisle? Well, we already got the heart down, right? We walk down the aisle, we look at these things, and we go, oh my gosh, my kids are going to eat Captain Crunch. My kids are going to have Sugar Pops, right? Sugar Smacks, right? Whatever. And so, or my kids, a Snap Crackle Pop, right? My kids are eating Rice Krispies. Same 3 characters, not 4, not 2. No one's been, X'd out. I have a lot of fun with this because it's so true. So then what happens is it needs to move over. It needs to move over to the next department, which is the head. And the head is where the brain sits. And the brain has only one job: stop us from making those stupid heart decisions. Imagine if we had nothing to stop us, no brakes to put on, if we did and got everything that we loved or liked or thought about. Oh my gosh. Imagine how big we'd be if we bought cereal every time we saw our friends Captain Crunch. So the brain gets it once the heart sees something, it can only do one thing. Okay, I approve. I want that car. I approve. I want that cereal. I approve. I want that girl, right? I approve. Right? Send it up to the brain. And the brain has to go, okay, what kind of trouble are you getting me into this time? And so when we see that box of cereal on the shelf, we pull it off the shelf, and then once it gets sent to the brain, here's what every single person does. Takes that box, I should have brought one, turns it to the side, and there, in black and white, not in color, not in Technicolor, in black and white, are what? The ingredients. Yeah. The reasons why you buy this. There's some nutritional value in here somewhere, right? And so that's where you'll find it. And the brain is engaged. And the brain doesn't care about colors. The brain only sees black and white. The brain just wants to either say yay or nay to this decision. And so what happens is the cereal box, the box of anything, knows, the people that manufacture, that make these boxes, they know that the second part of the decision is going to be the brain. And so they put the ingredients on the side. Every single company does it. And it is in black and white. Maybe it's in green and white, or maybe it's in red and white because the whole package is that color. But it ain't a multicolor, folks. It is clean and clear. That is not a government thing. That is a marketing thing because the brain doesn't want to get distracted. Just give me the facts. So that's also where it says serving size. And the brain is not stupid, obviously, but sometimes it can be fooled in serving size when it's trying just to make a quick decision. And it goes, oh, wow, shoot, there's only 30 calories per serving size. We'll move it off to the next department. Approved. Here's the problem with that. Serving size. You guys know where I'm headed. Serving size could be 1 teaspoon of 1 teaspoon of cereal is our serving size. Right? So 1/4 cup, 1/8 of a cup is a typical serving size for a child of cereal. So yeah, that's where they get us. But the brain just needs to see the black and white information. Enough said. I'm going to get to the brain again a little bit later. And so when the brain says approve, I'm good with this. You're not getting me in trouble. Also, right when the brain engages and says, okay, good, then the box gets turned one more time. And that's when it gets engaged to the next department, which is the gut department. And you're probably asking yourself, Charles, how are you going to show a box of cereal is going to make you feel like, yeah, I made a good decision and I feel good about it? Because sugar is not going to make you feel good about it. I'm sorry, it's not in that department. What the gut department looks at is this big old, which you didn't see before, but now you see it on the box, zero trans fat, guilt free. The gut wants to know that that they're not going to feel guilty for making this heart and brain decision. I gut check. It has no trans fats. Okay, what the hell is a trans fat? Right? I don't know. Do you know? Probably. Some of you know. I have no idea. I just know I'm supposed to feel good about it when I see no trans fats. Or I see 30% less sugar, 20% less fat. No one knows really what that means, but it's there to make the gut go, okay, all right, it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be, brain and heart. We're good. It's heart healthy. Yeah. It's gluten free. Okay. All right, we're good. The gut does not have any brain power, okay? The gut just wants to feel good and not feel guilty and not feel like there's a risk involved in making this decision. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah, that's why I'm recording this one different. So, that is how the cereal aisle and every other box. I mean, you can buy a box of spaghetti. It's the same thing. It's like, what's going to stop me from buying a box of spaghetti? Well, you look at it and you see the serving size only has, 110 calories. Okay. And it's gluten-free. Or it's a whole grain. Ooh, that's got to be better than half grain or quarter grain or whatever. You get it? So, it's happening to us at the grocery store. Now, I'm going to talk really briefly, if I can, about what's happening to us at the big box store. And I'm going to just make this really short and sweet because I want to get to my own example. And so the big box store, let's just take a Costco or a Sam's Club, knows that this is how we make decisions. Now, I can go into this long process about the fact that why water and staple and vegetables and fruit is as far away as you possibly can go to get to in the big box stores. But I think you guys have figured that out, right? If you need toilet paper, you've got to practically go through the entire store to the back room to get toilet paper or water. It's like in the back of the garage of the warehouse. Isn't that weird? So anyway, they already got that figured out. You got to go through everything to get to the stuff that you really, really need. Okay, so what's in the front of the store? What's in the front of the big box store? Things your heart wants. Really, Charles? Yeah. How about a big screen TV as soon as you walk in the door? How about a beautiful computer? How about your cell phones that cost $1,000 or $1,500? I bought one that's $1,300. Okay, my cell phone, what you're looking at right now. How about boogie boards, or jewelry, or cameras, or printers? These are things that we're like, oh, I want that. I want that. Yes. Thank you for making it easy. I love this place because as soon as I walk in, there's my big 2,000-inch TV. The heart's like, yes, I want this. So then when the brain gets engaged, the brain does this. That one costs $500 and it has these features. That one costs $800 and it has these features. That one costs $1,500, but it has all of these features. The brain's like, I love this place. It tells me exactly, and guess what color it's in? You guessed it, black and white, folks. It's a simple price, features. Price, features. Price, little teeny features for the little teeny price, right? And so, and they're not like this one is $1,000 and this one's $1,200 and this one's $300. So that the one That's 12 hundredths in the middle? No. It goes lower, bigger, 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 bigger. All the way in every aspect of a big box store that has high dollar items. Hmm. So the brain gets engaged and goes, okay, all right, okay, thank you. Good information. Yes, yes, okay. I approve. I've decided that it's not the most expensive one, but it's this one in the middle. I've decided that's the value. Oh, cool. Send it off to the gut department. How does Costco deal with the gut department? Oh, this is my favorite aspect of Costco and Sam's Club and big box stores if they're smart. You know what the first thing you actually see when you walk into a department store, I mean a big box store? Do you know what you actually see before you see anything else? You didn't think about this, but you're now going to think about this. The return line. Oh, wait a second. Go into a Target or a Walmart. What's the first thing you see? The return line. Go into a Sam's Club or Costco. What's the first thing you see? Returns. It's all good, folks. We take everything and anything back. No questions asked. You can buy a freaking patio set with 100 pieces in boxes, 20 boxes, and you can bring all 20 boxes back and bring them all in the truck, back it up, doop, 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 and put it all there, and they're like, okay, thank you, we'll take that back, boop, no problem. And so your gut is like, I love this place. I don't have to keep anything. I can bring anything back. Wow. Costco is smart, right? I think you can even bring vegetables back. Maybe not during the pandemic, but I mean, it's ridiculous, okay? Everything. And so, let me tell you the story of what happened to me one Christmas. So, it was Christmas, and I wanted to take the money that I had saved up, right, for me, for my own Christmas gift, and I was going to buy a camera, and it was like a $600 camera. It's mine, my money, my camera, no big deal, right? So, at the time, that was a pretty expensive camera. So I go into the Best Buy, wherever it was, and I'm looking, and my brain and my heart is doing the old, and I made a decision, and I got this camera. I'm making a long story short, and no one tried to bother me or help me out. And as I'm walking to the checkout counter, it all of a sudden dawned on me: wait, my gut, wait. You know, you haven't talked to your wife about this. Even though it's your money, you probably should at least talk to her and say, hey, I'm going to spend my money, $600 on the camera. You're going to get the camera, but let's just go ahead and talk to the wife first. So I turned around, and I started walking my decision back to the shelf. And the customer service rep, he comes up to me and he goes, I noticed that you were walking to the checkout and then you turned around. What's the problem? And I said, there's really not a problem. I'm going to buy this camera, but I just, to be honest with you, I just got to make a phone call my wife, or go home and tell her this is what I'm going to get, and I'll be back. I promise you, I'm buying this camera. And he goes, I believe you. I get it. And he goes, did you know that, here it comes, did you know that we have a 100% 30-day, no questions asked return policy? Wait, what? Yeah, you can bring this camera back for any reason. We're not even going to ask you why you brought it back. If you don't want it, if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, unbox and everything, we have a 30-day, no questions asked warranty or guarantee that you return it. Whoa! Guess what I did? I walked out with that camera, and I kept it in my car. And I told my wife about it. And then she said, yeah, go get it. And I just went, well, as a matter of fact, there it is. So, yeah, the gut was engaged at the end. So if you want to engage your customers, 3 body parts, the psychology of making a decision. Remember, start with the heart. Start with something that the customer is going to love about your product or services. Something the customer is going to be like, that's awesome. They're going to be blue, right? This is amazing, right? You got to start with that. And then once you get the buy-in from that, you got to move to the brain because that's what's happening in their mind. And then you got to give them the facts. Sir, ma'am, here's the facts about it. This is the reason why this is a good purchase. This is a smart purchase. Here's, like in a lot of things that I sell, here's the safety data sheet. This is the facts. And then when you see that that's been received, move on to the risk, to the no risk aspect of your products or services. Oh, by the way, when you see that they bought into the facts, oh, by the way, just so you know, we will guarantee this, or it has a 4-year, or like with mine, 4-hour protection, 28 days protection. Those type of things are the last part of the decision-making process. And if you could see those things happening through the process, it could literally take 2 minutes to sell something. Could be 2 days, right? But you see it getting engaged in these different areas. That's when you move on to the next area, and you now know, because of Ninja Secret number 8, that there is a psychology that happens. We can't stop it. Just like with the rustle in the bushes and the other aspects of the colors I'm talking about, as human beings, we can't stop it. This is what's happening in our brain. If you start with the gut, you will screw up and the brain will cancel you out. Bam. Wrong. Starts at the heart. Okay? See you next week. Next week is going to be third-party validation. So important. And how you can actually use it when you're looking at these 3 aspects, how you can use third-party validation to talk about their heart, their brain, your customer, your third party's gut, right? So, looking forward to teaching you that in the next session. Have a great day and be a Ninja Sales warrior. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.